Well, just let us know when
That's the serious Bill.
You're live.
We are live.
We're live.
Hey everyone, this is Ghost here. I'm here with my investigators, Kyle, Taylor, and Colin.
Hi, ghosties.
So as promised, we did an investigation in Gananoque, Ontario, Canada, back in on December 1st and 2nd, 2017. Gananoque is a beautiful town, a lot of rich history, a lot of cool places to investigate, and the community there was just amazing with us. So we did 3 investigations on December 1st and 2nd, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like family there.
Yeah, well, it was all in the same evening.
Yeah.
All at the same time. So there's a lot of people on our Facebook page that was wondering like what happened in Gananoque, what did we catch any kind of evidence? There was a lot of rumors about having some weird experiences there, which we'll share with you tonight. And I don't know, what do you guys want to? I don't want to talk the whole time. Anyways,
Yeah, we'll say hi.
how about we introduce
for a
everybody?
bit.
Yeah, let's introduce each other.
so this is Colin.
Hey. I'm
Colin,
Colin.
what is it
What do you do, Colin?
I do most of the videos, so I'm usually behind the camera during the investigations, but every now and then I will participate and do some experiments with the team.
He's a really good ghost antenna, actually. When you do participate, like, you get a lot of activity.
He's like a magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor?
Taylor.
I'm Taylor. You guys probably know me. I've been with Ghost for quite a while. Like, just me and you are the OGs, pretty much.
I think so, with the oldest ones.
Tracy.
And Tracy. But
And,
Tracy came in, I know. Tracy's behind the desk, right back here. She's camera shy, but she's doing her monitoring of everything, including the Facebook live feed. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Tracy, say hi. Some fingers. What do I
No
do?
words, just a hand.
So I'm an investigator, and I mainly do the social media, and I just help where I can, really, with anything.
And we got Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I'm also an investigator, and I'm in the tech department. And I like to mess around with new equipment that
The gadgets.
gadgets and whatnot. Yes.
MacGyver.
Yeah. The
He's a
MacGyver
MacGyver,
team.
We got good networks, too, to find professionals that we can
Right. Yes.
look into, and
Lots of
get
different
new pieces of equipment. And
scientists and physicists and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what we do. So, December 1st and 2nd.
Jan.
December 1st and 2nd
December.
last year.
Yeah.
Last year, 2017. What are you guys' take on the investigations we did? Let's start with the first one. Let's say the Banana Split ice cream store we did, right?
Not
What? No, we didn't. We didn't find anything there, right?
No.
No.
It was such a tiny place, and the apartment above it too. When we did the pre-investigation, was like full of EMF. Like there's just old wiring and like old like alarm clocks, old electronics that they had in there, and the EMF was just off the
Yeah.
charts.
Something
so,
that could be misconstrued as
As paranormal.
yeah, people
paranormal.
might have been feeling things because of that, but we didn't. I didn't even feel anything. It was so loud too.
Yeah.
They had like a
Well, they had
generator.
so many machines running there. They had a fridge there was a machine running, so much contamination.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, the Banana Split ice cream store, we didn't really catch anything at all because we couldn't really investigate it.
And there was a couple of odd sounds, but it turned out to be some equipment that was just turning on once in a while, and old equipment.
There's so much contamination that we couldn't really do any recordings. Couldn't even really do the ghost box. Like, yeah, it
There was
was a
too
write
much
off.
contamination.
Yeah,
Now-
EVPs were like a complete struggle to do because there was so
Well-
much, like the freezers were turning on and like other equipment was turning on. So
We couldn't do it at all. Yeah.
no, there was absolutely no way. You were just there's contamination everywhere.
But what about a bit of history on the ice cream parlor? That used to be the jail, right? In Gananoque,
True.
the old county jail. I think it was established in 1861. Don't quote me on it. I don't want to be saying it was 1861 when it's not. But I think it was 1861, and it was the old jail. And now it's Kim that runs it. Right? She runs the ice cream parlor. Which, thank you, Kim, for letting us investigate the ice cream parlor and the Trinity House, which we'll get to eventually.
Yeah.
And I believe for the what do you call it? I can't think of it. But
The
the
Rainford?
ghost, the ghost that apparently showed up used to be in the back part. It used to be it was a
Yeah.
man, right?
Yeah.
Which
a
was like a
tall
storage
man.
room that they had at the. Oh no, it was a bathroom.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
Bathroom?
And that's
it was like a kitchen storage area. There's supposed to be a
and,
place in the
and
back.
this was throughout the years that.
Did you guys catch
Yes,
anything on that one?
I don't think we could use anything even if we did catch it because the contamination was so bad and the EMF was so high and.
We're still talking about the ice cream parlor, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There was too many machines going on. Like I said, there was a fridge. There was a lot of noises, and of course, EVPs are non-existent. It's too contaminated.
I think going into it, we knew it wasn't going to be the main focal point. Once we did the pre-investigation of the apartment upstairs, we realized.
High EMF readings, and so basically, what we're saying, any kind of experiences in that place. Tracy, okay, there we go. We got our live feedback. She's panicking in the back.
It's just
Is there a way that we can see the live feed as going so we can see people writing? Like,
If
Well,
we're-
it's okay because you know what?
If we're downloading
they're
it
just
and
asked-
streaming it, then we're using the internet,
Yeah,
and we
it's kinda
don't
tricky.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
have
tricky.
strong internet.
but can you check to see if somebody's asking questions?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Saying hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. So anyway, so the ice cream parlor, Zip Not a Zilch, beautiful place, great ice cream,
Tiny.
run by Kim, who also runs the Trinity House,
Colin.
which we'll get to eventually.
I'm reading comments. I'm reading the comments.
I realize that, but it's just it doesn't look good on camera.
All right,
No one's
So-
answering questions yet.
Hey,
No.
live and unedited.
it's totally unedited. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We are
can
live.
see ourselves. So.
Okay. There's Kyle.
It's there.
Mind
Working
you,
out the kinks.
we got to move Colin. We got to see Colin.
Yeah.
We'll be doing this
First
by the way
time.
monthly.
Yeah. We'll move
I
around a
have
bit.
to.
Yeah.
Between the two.
So this is our first of many shows that we're going to hold every last Saturday of the month. We're going to do a lot of different shows. We're going to do. We're going to go over misconceptions on the paranormal. We're going to go over equipment, investigative methods, how our team investigates, and the kind of scientific methods we try to use, or the approaches we use, or when we try to be very scientific. So this is going to air every last Saturday of the month with multiple topics, and maybe at one point we'll have some guests and stuff, like maybe scientists and,
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
and people that
Or Collins.
Or it'll help us out. The physicists, we can have Cam, right? His name
Yep.
Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or people can phone in.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do Q&As and you get to know the team members. It's going to be like laid back and
Yeah.
chill.
Very laid back.
Yeah. So you got Katerina in the background. She's also camera shy, so that's where you're hearing all the. She's talking in the background.
They want to know where you are right now.
We are actually at my
Headquarters.
place. I call it, maybe the
We
ghost,
were
at
the new
Bowman's
ghost
Tag
headquarters,
right now.
I
This
guess.
is where we have our meetings.
We are currently
This is where
at
we have our
Bowman's
meetings.
Tag.
That too. Bonus I also do archery. That's a totally different thing. So yeah, we're trying to plug. Ooh, Bowman's tag plug. I do archery and we do archery tag over here at my place. So yeah, this is my
There's
place
goats
and my wife's.
chickens.
Me and my wife's place. Yeah, we have a little hobby farm.
This is a little studio.
And this is I converted my mudroom into a little studio so we can actually host this show every last Saturday of the month.
Little spooky room.
And yeah, so it's well, I don't know if it's spooky, but I mean it's kind of cool.
It's got skulls and candles and
Skulls,
swords
you
and
know, it's better than little vials in a lab, right?
yeah,
Kind of
that
looks,
would be
that
cool
would,
too.
that would
Bad scientists.
well, that would look like scientific. But
Anyway,
it's
Gananoque.
Yeah, Gananoque.
Could have done fairies.
Could have done fairies too. So Gananoque, ice cream parlor 0. We also did Donovan's hardware store, which Donovan's hardware store is the oldest hardware store as far as I know in Gananoque. Right now, it's still Charlie who owns it. Charlie's a very nice gentleman. Super friendly. We've been there quite a few times, socialized with him. Great person to be with. Also Mary, who was there quite often with us during the investigation. She was amazing. Actually, everybody in Gananoque was amazing, especially Charlie, Mary, and everybody at
It's a whole family,
Donovan's.
right?
It's a whole.
That's his
It's run.
daughter and
It's run by the family.
Yeah.
So what did we catch at Donovan's?
Well, there was a few faint whispers. One voice, I can't remember what it was saying. I think it was like it was a 2-syllable, hi or hello or hi there, something like that. That was up in the far corner of the office. and it was pretty clear. We don't have the evidence to show right now there, but
No.
we will post it up. I'd imagine, eh?
Yeah, we'll post it up eventually. Whatever we've found in Gananoque, we'll post up what we thought could be paranormal, whatever evidence we have. We never call anything paranormal, but we'll post the evidence that we found, and you guys can make your own conclusions on whether you think it's paranormal or not.
Well, we call it paranormal with the disclaimer of what we know paranormal
Yeah.
as a term to be as.
Yeah.
And use it as the real semantic.
Well,
You know, it's unexplainable. Not
What-
haunted. It's not synonymous with being haunted.
Well, I guess if we'd have like an actual somebody who's a scientist who would actually view this evidence and say, okay, I really can't explain this, then we could say, yeah, it's paranormal. Because if it's
Yeah.
unexplained by scientific means, then it's paranormal.
Yeah, well, we don't.
For us, because
Oh,
we're not
anything.
scientists, we say it's unexplained.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Usually
unexplained.
we go that one step further. If we can't explain it,
We go to somebody else,
do.
which we did with Kim, right, for the window at the
that's
Ottawa
right.
Jail Hostel. Anyways,
And the two voices that we caught, it was a controlled environment. There was only me and one other investigator, so there was nobody
Wasn't
else in
loud
the
in
building, and wasn't
just a little fire crackling at the entrance. It's really
yeah.
all the
But
noise we
it's clearly you can tell it was some kind of vocalization.
Gananoque was like a ghost town at night too. It was a weekend, so some people were at bars, but this was like later on. So there was
this
like
was
no
was late in the
noise
evening.
outside. You're in the middle of like nowhere. So
What were some of the accounts that people said that they saw at Donovan's? Because like I
Well,
there was like
Mary's mom.
figures. Yeah. there's-
Mary's mom, which was I
figures.
think was Kay or Kate.
yeah,
Kay. Mary, who works at Donovan's, said that she's seen visions of her mother, and unfortunately, we didn't capture any evidence of that. But those are some of the accounts. Some of the accounts were also that Charlie's father
Yeah.
also
there was-
visits frequently at Donovan's. Again, we didn't capture anything to validate those accounts. It was quite an interesting place to investigate.
But what one account was, on a few occasions, a male voice, right where I said that we caught that voice up in the
yeah.
in that far corner in the office there. Yeah. So.
Well, that's where Mary
Those
said there
are
was
there.
reports of she had visions of her mother.
Yeah.
Of course, we go into
And
locations,
walking too.
walking, footsteps, and things like that.
Mm.
But unfortunately, we from the evidence that we've reviewed, we didn't capture anything that would validate those experiences. And unfortunately, with experiences, unless you can validate them, you can't call them paranormal.
Yeah, definitely nothing decisive.
No, we can't. It's inconclusive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what else did we do in Gananoque? That when we were there on December 1st and December 2nd, 2017, we did the Ice Cream Parlor, Donovan's, and the big one now,
Trinity.
the Trinity, which a lot of people have been asking,
Aww.
what happened at the Trinity? So, Kyle, as far
Yeah,
as
what did happen
evidence,
at
did we
Trinity?
capture anything there in the audio?
On the audio, yeah, we caught a few. There were faint voices, right, or
Yeah.
faint whispers. I'm trying to remember. Maybe Taylor can answer this one better. There was a few.
There was a few little things. I reviewed the audio also,
Yeah.
and everything is kind of
There was more
inconclusive.
noises.
A
Right?
lot of
like
noises.
A lot of
I had a
slamming.
few.
and-
I know I did an isolated. You guys were all out to lunch. I'm pretty sure, except for
You know what that sounds like? It's
what? Out
We're
to-
up to lunch.
We're out to
That's
lunch.
right.
You were a little out to lunch that whole investigation.
We'll get to that eventually.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get to that
okay.
story.
Somebody was out to lunch for sure.
But yeah, you guys were all gone except for I think Eileen stayed back and I had already eaten and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, I'm just gonna go in the basement. And at the time I was nannying too, so I was like, there's supposed to be a little girl spirit in the basement. We have our little piano carpet toy that we brought, and like, so I was like, I'm gonna bring a piece of paper and a pencil and my recorder and just try and use some trigger objects and play with this little girl and like get her
What was her
active.
name? Angel, right?
Angel, yeah.
Angel, ironically. Anyways, so yeah, I'm sitting. I have my like little handheld thing, and I've got a pencil and paper, and I'm like, hey, Angel, like, come play with me. Let's do some drawings. You just like hold the pencil in my hand and move my hand, and I'll do it with you, and you can talk, and I'll be able to hear you. And then I realized like I have a camera in one hand, and I just didn't have enough hands. So I was like, I'm gonna switch my hand because I'm actually right-handed. I can't do anything, drawing-wise with my left hand. And at that point, when I listened to it back, or I asked, are you left-handed or right-handed? And then at that point, I remember just listening to it live. I don't know if you've gone through the review and caught up to that, but, and I did get like,
Yes.
I think it sounded like left or something, and like a little girl giggle, like, left hand, like, so creepy. And there was another thing too, like a couple minutes later, I can't remember what I said, but there was also another sound that sounded kind of like a
Actually,
little girl, and I was like,
one thing that it just came to me now there, when we're doing our rolling EVP, during your session, there was a woman's voice
Yes.
close by. I don't know, I can't remember what she said, or what it said, but,
Okay. We're getting cue cards. That's what I'm thinking.
too stiff.
So go ahead, Cal.
yeah, no, I was just saying, yeah, I don't remember what it said, but it's definitely a woman's voice. It sounded like it was coming from the living room area, because you were in the dining room at the time, eh? So, I forget
Well,
what
we'll
she
eventually
said.
kind of post all these
Yeah.
pieces, and if you notice, we've actually posted some videos about previous investigations of stuff we found, and we've let people decide whether or not they think it's paranormal.
If
Their
there's an
opinions.
EVP, usually an EVP that we can't necessarily make out or we maybe can't agree on, chances are we're not going to use it as evidence if we already can't agree on it, but it's good to get you guys involved, see if you guys are hearing the same sort of things, or if it's all over the place, then we know it's just matrixing, but yeah, we post a lot of our EVPs just to get more opinions, like the more the merrier, so.
Well, to get a lot of not peer review, but to get reviews from other people, like different opinions, helps us.
Especially
Either
from
debunk
qualified
or
people. If we have any
debunk our
other
stuff.
ghost groups that follow us, chime in and help us out.
Actually, something happened right at the beginning of our investigation, right? The first night, it was you and Eileen, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the first, but then again, I've re-listened to that audio, and I still think it's just some kind of stray sound. Me and Eileen were doing an EVP in one of the rooms, which was I think it was on the second floor, and we actually thought with our own ears that we heard a girl or a woman sobbing. Okay,
And
At
a door squeaking.
and a door. I think it was a door
I
squeaking
remember
also.
that.
So we decided to go get our Tascam DR40. We're plugging Tascam, I guess. I don't know. And we decided to do an
Sponsor
actual.
us.
Yes, sponsor us. So we actually decided to do an actual EVP on that floor, and then we heard that noise again with our ears, and we actually caught it on a recorder on the DR40. But after I don't know if you caught it, Colin, but I know when I listened to it,
Yeah.
This one or she was like,
you listen to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when
really
you listen
cry.
with your ears, it sounded like it was a woman sobbing.
Yeah.
But after I listened to the recording, I went, it's just a sound.
Mhm.
So was it a woman sobbing? But we caught it twice.
Yeah.
So it
We'd have
actually
to put it
startled
through,
us.
through further tests.
I think
see
so,
if it's
yeah.
just a reoccurring sound that has a weird.
You're
Yeah.
talking about
Because I used to live in a house that had it did have activity, but in the early stages I wasn't sure if it had activity, and we had like water in the pipes. So when you listen to it on the recorder, the drips and stuff sounded like whispering, like a lot. Like if you wouldn't have known, like you would have been
Yeah.
like, these are people whispering, having a
Yeah.
conversation. It's
Yeah.
just kind of the way like it transfers on a recording and stuff.
And
sometimes.
you can also get water hammer in there too. That's when the supply kind of backs up. You know, when there's a quick valve shut off or
Yeah.
something.
Did we mention that Kyle is into building automation, so he knows his stuff? So Kyle comes in good when we need to debunk sounds in a building because that's his specialty. So there was also what we need to mention. There was also I think Kim who takes care of the Trinity Inn while Jacques is away. Was gone, but her son was staying in the upstairs apartment.
Oh yeah.
So we need to consider that also as possible contamination, right? It could be noises from him. Mind you, I think we talked to him and he said he wasn't making any kind of noise. But
Well,
you
people
know.
can think they're not making noise and they're making noise.
yeah.
Well, so
No.
we touched on Angel a little bit. Should we talk about who is thought to be?
No, what I want
haunting
to
the
touch on is
Trinity?
the dream you had.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll get.
Explain your dream. You gotta explain that dream. This
Yeah.
is gonna lead up to the experiences that we had as a group. Of course, it was focused on me, but we all experienced it to a certain extent. And you said you had a dream, right? At one
Yes.
point, was it on a Friday?
Yeah. So
And-
okay.
yeah.
So I'll just
So
get right
explain
into
the
it. I
dream.
guess we'll touch on who the spirits are supposed to be in there. Yeah. So well, Friday night happened and nothing too crazy happened. We had a normal investigation. We didn't get like a lot of sleep though, and so Saturday during the day, like I said, you guys had gone to get food. And I was doing a little bit of investigation in the downstairs with the little girl and stuff. And I just packed a lunch, so I didn't go get food with them. So I just ate, and then I was like really tired. So I wanted to take a nap before we got right into the next night of investigating, because I knew we had another long night. So I went up into my room that I had slept in the first night. I don't know if it was a special room, if it was like the room of
I don't
any
think so, no.
activity prior to us being there, but and I fell asleep and I had this dream. In my dream, I dreamed that I had slept too long for my nap, and I was worried that I was missing our investigation or something. I kind of woke up. This is still a dream, but I woke up and I was kind of frantic to like go find the team, and you guys were all sitting at a table like you were planning what we were gonna do for the night. So I was like, oh, I didn't miss anything. And I remember looking at the other end of the Trinity Inn, and there were all these like Amish schoolgirls and like nuns and stuff, and I just didn't know what they were doing there. I was like, oh, they're just on a field trip, or they're just here at this historic site or something. We'll work around them. And then you kind of got up out of your seat to like walk towards me as I was walking towards the table, and then
This was still in your dream, right?
This is all my dream,
In
yeah.
your dream, yeah.
And you got up and you fell and you hit your face. And you got up and your
Well,
glasses
thank God
were...
that didn't happen for real.
I know. Well,
So my glasses are
your
like
glasses
this.
were all crooked. You just looked all messed up, and I was like, "Oh my God, he really hit his head hard." Because his face looked in my dream like there's brain damage. Like his eyes looked kind of empty, and
But it happens all the time. I'm always like that.
yeah, when you get tired, you're
When you
weird.
get tired, yeah, it's always the same thing. Yeah.
But so I was like, oh no, it was okay. I helped him up and stuff. And then I was like, I have to bring him down to the basement to his bedroom to like sleep it off because he hit his head. So I'm walking towards the stairs to the basement. Like the layout wasn't really the same as the Trinity in my dream, but I knew I was in the Trinity. And his room was in the basement because the first night that we were investigating, he slept in the room in the basement. He was the only one. We were all up 2 levels in all the actual like suites. And he wanted to sleep in the basement next to the morgue because that's Dan.
That's what I do.
Yeah. So in my dream, I know I'm like taking him down to the basement to his room to like lie him down. And we're going down the stairs, and then this Amish little schoolgirl like karate kicks him in the back, and he like goes and falls downstairs, and he
You
and he
taking
hits
Oh
his
my
head.
God! What kind of dreams are you
He was
getting?
I
taking
know.
a beating.
And he hits his
You
head
didn't
again.
tell me about the karate kick in the back.
Really? Oh yeah. And then
That day?
I had
You
my
tell me
foot
that.
on her throat,
The
and I was
karate
like,
kick in the
'cause-
back.
and then all these schoolgirls were like laughing. They were like laughing maniacally, like evilly, like they had all been planning this. They were trying to mess him up, And I was like keeping them off of him, And I was trying to, and your pants had fallen down. I was like, trying to put your pants up, trying to put your glasses
That
on.
did not happen for real. This is
No,
a dream.
this is a dream.
It's a dream.
And then you looked at me, and I saw your face was all distorted. Like your eyes were like black, and your facial expression was all weird. And I was like,
he wasn't
he
there.
wasn't
Yeah.
there. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen someone who's like in a psychosis or something, like not there. And I was like, oh no, like something's wrong. And then I was almost at the bottom of the stairs to the basement. And in my dream, not the actual layout of the Trinity, but in my dream at the bottom of the stairs, there was a bathroom door with the lights on. There was like this creature facing the mirror and vomiting like hair and stuff into the sink, but there was no
Delicious.
reflection. There was no reflection in the mirror, so I
Oh,
couldn't
yes,
see its
in
face.
the
But it
mirror
just had
is key.
scraggly hair and like rotting skin and stuff. Anyways, I woke up at some point after that. Like I woke up for real out of my dream, and I was just so shaken up. I actually had tears running down my face, and like I just felt really weird. I've had premonitory dreams before, but it had actually been years since I'd had one. But I know that feeling instantly when it's not a dream, when it's like something different. I honestly thought you were gonna fall down some stairs. I was worried about your like safety. I wasn't really thinking of anything spiritual at the time.
And before Dan gets into his story, Taylor, you told me that word for word before anything happened to
Yeah.
Dan. So
Right. And I only told a couple people because
Yeah.
that's some of you picked up. I think like I wasn't myself even for like an hour after I'd woken up. Everyone had come back from getting lunch. We were starting to plan our night. I just couldn't shake the feeling. I just felt so weird from that dream.
You hadn't shared anything with me at that point.
I didn't tell you. I think I told you, and I told you,
Yeah.
and pretty quietly. You weren't even around.
No.
And then later, as we started investigating, like weird things started happening, and started seeing like parallels to my dream. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was a really strange experience.
I know you were quite shaken by it.
Yeah, should we talk?
Because
about
it's on our
it?
trailer, right?
Can we
It's
talk
really
about it?
disturbing.
I've never seen that act this way
Absolutely.
before. Okay, so let's talk about the experience. So
The elephant in the room.
Well, yeah.
Let Colin talk.
Actually, we'll let Colin. I just want to say that with experiences, those cannot be validated as paranormal because you can't prove them, you can't validate them. There's strictly
We're just giving you the
experiences.
tea.
Yeah, these are strict experiences, dreams, and things like that. But this could also be associated with sleep deprivation. You're tired. I just know the experiences that I had at the Trinity Inn were disturbing to me, and they were disturbing quite a long time after we did the investigation, and it actually disturbed a lot of the team members. So I'll let Colin explain his version of it, and what did you think about this? Like what happened? Because part of it, I was actually like I lost time. Like either.
Yeah.
It was,
Should we start?
Okay,
well,
start
you,
at
how
the
about you,
beginning.
how
Start at
about
the
you say?
beginning, let Colin talk.
How about
for
you
a
say what your version was of the story?
Yeah, so I guess we'll start with being in the basement doing the revolving EVP. So we're all in
Ghost
this.
box.
Yeah, was it the ghost box?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're doing this experiment.
No, it was an EVP we're doing, not the ghost box.
Yeah, I thought it was an EVP.
Yeah, because we had the
And,
recorder.
And you had left and you went to the bathroom or something like that, and then you came back and you kept on saying that you smelled like death, like something smelled like death, and you couldn't shake this smell.
Like rotting flesh.
Rotting
Yeah, like,
flesh,
no matter
dead
what-
animals.
Now we've all smelt that smell too.
Well, the
in
bathroom,
in the
like,
bathroom
smelled like
area.
poo. It
and-
smelled like an outhouse.
Yeah.
It didn't smell like death. It did.
Live and unedited.
It's a very lovely inn. I think the
It's
bathrooms
beautiful.
smell better now. It just
No, it's
was-
beautiful. It's a beautiful place
Yeah.
at Trinity. But
Can we let Colin continue?
yeah, continue, Colin.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Yeah, so Dan kept on smelling this like death smell, like rotting flesh or something like that. And he just couldn't shake it, like no matter what, he couldn't shake it. And he started acting hella weird. He like went and grabbed like a night vision camera and was like walking around the whole inn by himself. He wouldn't acknowledge anybody.
We didn't notice him leave though.
Yeah, like
we were in the dark, and then we're like, "Where's Dan?" He wandered off.
and he was being like aggressive almost, and like kind of like rude and condescending to anyone who tried to like talk to him. Like he just was not himself. He just did not.
Later on, yeah.
Yeah, like later on, he just did not really seem himself. So this went on for probably about an hour. And I remember this one part where you went into this room and we literally watched you on the night vision cameras for probably, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then you just disappeared. You went under the bed. And then you threw something at the camera from under the bed.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my god.
like, I just remember watching that. And I remember, like, going up and asking you, like, are you okay? And then, like, just no answer. And, like, your face, like, it just did not feel like it was you.
You didn't look like you. You didn't sound.
No.
Okay, can I just break it down a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your version?
Yeah, I remember it very clearly, but we were all in the room starting out. We were still kind of joking around this time because it was kind of early.
I do remember being in the room.
Yeah, we were
We were
all.
doing
It was
EVP, yeah.
every member of us. We were just
Yeah,
doing Ghost
all
Box
four of
or
us
the
were here.
EVP
We're
or
there,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, you started talking about the smell, we were joking around and putting my feet in your face. I'm like, my feet. You're like, no. You started getting really serious.
stinky
about it.
socks.
You couldn't let it go.
You got stinky socks. I
Yeah.
think somebody's got stinky socks or
Yeah,
something.
but you're like, it smells like rotting flesh.
Yeah.
You're like, none of us smelled anything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you wandered off.
No, I like it.
We wandered off, but we didn't notice. But then our walkie-talkies all go off, and we hear piano playing. I'm like, what is this? Like, we're all here. Who's walkie-talkieing us? Piano. Where is the piano? You know, this like carpet, the toy piano we had gotten for the little girl trigger object.
Trigger object. Yeah.
So we're realizing, okay, well, the piano's been moved to the morgue, and like, where's Dan? So we realize now you're playing the piano. And we're like, okay, he's doing an experiment maybe, but why is he walkie-talkieing us? Just piano sounds. So Eileen, I think, or something, goes to the morgue to find you, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "It's broken," and you're just pressing the same key.
What?
She's like, "You're just pressing the same
See,
key."
that's one
you're like,
part.
no, it's not making music.
That's
she
what
was like,
I don't remember doing that.
I remember.
I remember that now,
I
yeah.
remember
I remember
most of
every
it.
I don't
detail.
remember a lot
Just
of it.
wait. So, and you're almost like in a trance. She's like, why are you in here? We're all doing, you're like, I don't know, I just had to come here for some reason. She's like, okay. She left you there for a bit.
Yeah.
She thought, okay, well, he's the leader. He's doing
So
it. He
you-
had an
you-
idea. He went with it, maybe. and-
Taylor, you should mention that one of your parallels. It's the mirrors. He
Yeah,
was
I'm
always
gonna get
that.
to- yeah, I'm gonna
sorry,
get to
but
that.
he was doing that there too, though. Right? So that's
Yeah, not in the basement yet, but this place had like 100 million mirrors for whatever reason.
100 million.
So many mirrors and
A lot of
everything.
mirrors.
Maybe 100 million.
But so we
And
leave
one.
you be. We leave you be alone in there to do. We think you're just doing an experiment this time. I don't think we think anything of it. We go back to the room. We're just doing what we're doing. We're waiting for your further instructions. We're waiting for you to be done. But like so much time goes by that we're like, what are we supposed to be doing? Why is Dan not back yet? So we go and check the morgue, and you're not there anymore. So we're like, where's Dan? So we go upstairs. We check the base camera, like the base control area. It's got every camera set up in the whole place. Trying to figure out where you are. You're now upstairs in a room with your own handheld camera,
And which
and
room-
you're
which-
lying on the floor filming under a bed.
And which room was this? Which room was this?
Is it?
The Eleanor room.
It was the Eleanor
Yeah.
room.
The Eleanor room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into like the spirits in a minute. So yeah, so you're just filming under a bed. So we're like, what is going on? So we walkie-talkie up to you. We're like, Dan, are you okay? And you can hear you click the walkie-talkie on, but there's just like static for a while. You just don't say anything. You're like, yeah. We're like, cool. We're like, did you fall? And you do the same thing. It's like,
It was, yeah.
no. We're like, cool.
So what you're
All right.
saying, I wasn't myself.
No.
Already you were yourself. I think this is when we started to notice you were being weird. Because I've known you the longest. I've known you for like 4 years now.
4 years now.
I almost picked up on it like instantly.
Well, so did I.
Dan's being weird.
So did Eileen. Eileen said, okay, something's not right.
At this point, I hadn't put two and two together about my dream or not. Because I had it in my head, like, I was like, okay, this dream means something, but I thought you were going to fall downstairs. I thought you were going to get hurt, and I didn't really think that your face being all, like, your eyes being dark and weird, I didn't think of, like, a spiritual thing. So, anyways, at this point, so then we just watch you for a while. We're like, let's just see what's up. And you lay there for, like, 5 minutes. And you raise your hand at one point. You put it down, and apparently he threw something. I don't remember that.
Yeah, like underneath
They're
the
like-
bed,
like,
you just
what?
grabbed something. It was like a plastic container or something that you just found under the bed and you just threw it at the camera.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
That's
and then,
what's
like-
messed up.
No, and then shortly after that, there was like a bathroom
Yeah,
in that room,
goes to the
and then
bathroom.
you went into the bathroom for
He's
like.
filming the floor
Yeah.
or into the toilet or something for a good couple minutes. Then he's filming into the mirror, into the bathroom mirror,
Yeah.
for like a really long time. And we're like, should we send someone? So we send. Eileen goes to tell you. She's like, I'll go. So she keeps her distance, but she's like, hey, what you doing? What you doing, weirdo?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know, I just have to look in the mirror. She's like, well, why? You're like, I don't know, I'm just trying to find something. She's like, okay, well, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? And you're like, well, my eyes are black. She was like, cool, great.
You don't remember
Good
that,
news.
do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, and you're
That's-
just going in
that
and
was
out,
weird.
and you were just doing that. And then you just were on a mission at that point. You were still talking about the smell, that was coming up a lot. You were kind of following the scent.
It was that dead smell, like
The
the
dead
smell
smell,
of
you're
dead
like-
flesh.
You
for
were
some
like
reason. It was just-
appalled that we cannot smell. You were like mad almost. Like, how can you not smell that? It's everywhere. Like, it's driving me crazy. It smells like dead animals. Like, whoa. And you're walking around and you're looking in every mirror in this place, and there's so many mirrors in every room. You're going to every room and you're just filming into them. And you're like,
Yeah, I
going up.
swear you stared into every
Well,
mirror
let's-
in that house.
Let's get one thing straight. That's not the way it smells at the Trinity.
No.
This
No,
was
it
just,
doesn't
this,
smell at
this
all.
was just me.
No.
This was just me.
No,
None of us
well,
smelled
no, I
it.
do
No.
corroborate. I smelt that in that room, in that
the one bathroom?
In the bathroom.
Yes, it smelled like that.
It
But,
smelled-
but
yeah.
that was for me. It was just contained.
Now you're
right
2
there.
levels up.
Like-
You're on the upstairs floor.
Yeah, it was on the
Nothing
top floor.
smelled
In
like that.
the Eleanor room, which,
Yeah, it's a problematic room to begin with. Anyway, so you're doing this for like an hour, and we just kind of let you do it because we don't know what else to do. This is not you at all either. You're like the most scientific person. You're not theatrical at all, and you're usually like a leader. Like you're giving us directions. You don't like to waste time. We only have a certain amount of hours to like do a place, and you're like telling us you go here, you go here. Like you weren't doing any of that. You were just looking in mirrors. And you were snapping at Eileen too sometimes.
I
Like
know.
she asked at one point.
that I remember. That part I remember because I was in. I'm trying to figure out which room it was. Like parts I remember, and I was moving around with the camera, and then when I went up, I saw a silhouette which was Eileen standing close to the banister.
Following you with some
And I
distance,
do
yeah.
remember
She freaked you out or something.
she
at that
freaked
point,
me
yeah.
out.
Yeah, you were in
And
the
I started
elevator.
swearing at her, which
Yeah.
is not me. That's not
Yeah.
the
Yeah, you
way.
said you saw
And I
her
said,
as a shadow
"What
figure
the
first.
are you doing there? You startled me. I saw a shadow. Don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
effing do that again."
Yeah, I remember that.
And at one
Yeah.
point, because by this time, I mean, she had come down and checked in with us. She's like, Dan's obviously being weird. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, and then I was like, oh my god, like I had this dream. And like, I think this is what it meant, maybe. Like, and I told.
Like a premonition, maybe.
At this point, I told everyone all the details of the dream. So now Eileen was up to speed, and she was upstairs with you, like an hour into it, and she, at some point, asked the spirits, she's like, was Taylor's dream a premonition, or was it just a coincidental dream? And you turn on her, and you're like, why the, would you ask that, Eileen? What a stupid effing question. She was
That I
like,
don't remember.
and she was like, okay. So you got really, like,
Yeah, you got like mad and snappy
kinda
with like,
snapping.
everyone.
But that's not the way I am.
No,
usually.
No.
it's not.
I
who
mean, I
you
can
are.
be a pain in the butt.
no,
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
not
not
mad
who
and
you are, though.
snappy.
That's
and-
not your
yeah,
personality. That's
And
not
so
you at
you're
all.
wandering around the whole house. I'm trying to stay way away from you because
Yeah.
it's so disturbing to me and just. But,
But we
we
were
at some
watching
point
it
you
both.
turned a corner and I wasn't expecting it and we were face to face and like I saw your face and your face looked like in my dream. I don't know how to explain it. Like it was your face, but it wasn't your face. The
Yeah.
way your features were sitting and stuff like wasn't your facial mannerisms and your eyes were dark. And your voice was lower the whole time. It was like you were in a trance.
Yeah, he
like
wasn't there.
he was
yeah.
talking like really low voice, and eventually you were just talking to yourself. To be honest, you were like mumbling
nice.
things. We have it on our recorders when we were reviewing. Like he's talking to himself, not making any sense, and just saying really creepy, weird things. Hey, Colin, how you doing?
Yeah, that was a thing that happened.
So what's your take on this? Kind of like, from your point of view, like what?
No, that was pretty, word for word, basically.
At that point, we bring him outside.
Well, because I think at one point all of
see,
you were following me.
yeah,
right?
well,
Especially
yeah.
Eileen seemed to be
Eileen
extremely worried
kind of
about it.
volunteered herself to be the one that tailed you. We were all kind of keeping our distance. We didn't know like what you were gonna. You were unpredictable.
I asked a few key questions about the like the black eyes, especially. I said,
Yeah.
"What do you see?" And you said, "I seen black eyes staring back at me." And,
Well, that's probably my own eyes. I'm just looking at
or-
myself in
yeah.
the
Yeah,
mirror.
your
I guess.
eyes
yeah.
are black.
But,
at the end, you're gonna tell them about your
Yeah,
emotional
well, I can tell
release
you
at
what-
the
what-
end.
Yeah.
what
got
my
that
my
side.
my experience was, and I think for the whole team, everybody was a little bit kind of
Shook.
It shook people up. I saw the videos after, especially you, Colin,
Yeah, I was trying to
or
follow
the
you
trailer,
around.
with the
Yeah.
trailer where you've never seen me act that way before.
Nope.
And don't get me wrong, I personally, and this is my own personal beliefs, but I think most people in the team share it. We don't believe in demons. I don't believe personally in possession. Again, I want to reiterate that this kind of stuff can be validated as paranormal evidence.
Yeah, this is
It's an experience that we had. Word for word. I was so worried after my experience that I actually went to see my doctor and I said, listen, I went through this episode where I lost time and he actually sent me for tests to actually get checked to see if maybe there's something wrong. And everything was fine. We'll stretch it a little bit, Tracy, maybe. Tracy's
Oh,
actually giving us the cues there. 15 minutes
a
to
little
go.
Longer. Well, as long as we need to.
Yeah. Well, this is the first episode, right? So we're aiming for an hour, but
Yeah.
we need to
I thought you were aiming for 30 minutes.
that's going to be the old show, the later
the
show.
old
But I think
one,
the next
Just
shows.
being our
anyways.
first one. I
Being the
was
first one,
expecting
yeah.
the old
So
But-
my experience was going back to the beginning. I was sitting on the end of the bed. And we're all doing an EVP that I remembered, and then I even in the audio, I was listening to my voice, going, "Geez, I don't remember saying that." And I was starting to feel weird. I remember sitting, I was feeling weird. I was feeling angry. I literally wanted to choke everybody in the room.
And
I just went like, okay, I'm just angry, and then I remember taking off.
I was sitting right beside you when
Yeah.
it happened, and it was literally like this. I just.
Oh no, it was a snap. I
Yourself,
snapped.
you were by your
snapped.
normal self, and then
Yeah.
it was just boom. And then you got up and headed out to that.
But my actual recollection of the event is that I left the room, went straight upstairs to the Eleanor room.
No.
But and I've actually reviewed the DVR footage. That's not what happened.
No.
I turned left on the DVR footage. I went straight to the back, right to the morgue,
yeah.
where the morgue used to
Yeah,
be.
you went to the
And I guess
morgue.
that's when I started playing that piano.
Yeah.
then I grabbed the camera at base, which I never turned on.
Nope.
I never filmed anything.
Nope. So there was
Nothing
an hour
was
of
filmed.
adventure that
No,
you didn't
there's
film
nothing.
anything.
I just grabbed
could
the
you
camera.
imagine? You're seeing
No,
your own face.
I just kept
That would've
going.
been-
I just kept going everywhere, and it wasn't. At one point, I did turn it on after when I went upstairs. My recollection is from downstairs straight to the living room. So I do remember parts of it there.
Yeah.
I do remember lying on the floor. I don't remember throwing something at the camera.
I don't remember that either, but
We have it on video.
Yeah, yeah. Well, of course
It would be actually kind of nice to have the video footage right now.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
We'll
We'll
post
post
it.
the footage. We'll
Yeah.
post the footage at one point. But anyways, going back to the
you couldn't believe it was 2 hours. Like you could not believe.
No, I
Like
thought it was like for me.
15
It was like I
minutes.
was just walking around for 15 minutes, you know. And I lost time. Like at certain parts, I don't remember.
As soon as we got
Don't
you
remember doing
outside,
certain
you
things.
came to. You were like
Well,
drooling,
Eileen's
almost, like,
the one that
throwing
said-
up,
Yeah, you're almost vomiting
crying,
outside.
just purging.
Eileen asked me, she said, "Dan, let's go out. Go outside. Let's go outside. Let's get some
We
air."
had to get you out of there.
So I do remember. Once I got outside, it seems like it was like waking up. I
It
just
was,
kind
it was an emotional release.
It was emotional release. I got very emotional,
Detached.
and I want to reiterate: I don't believe in possession. I don't know what the hell happened that night, but I remember tears, emotional. I remember it was kind of disgusting to say, but I remember saliving,
Salivating.
crying, choking, and I thought I was gonna actually throw up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
thought you were. Like.
I remember filming you. Like I was inside the house, like filming you outside, and you're like hunched over, like you're
Yeah, I
about to
know.
throw
I
up.
haven't seen any of that footage, guys.
You're missing
No,
out.
we'll show you.
More or
But
less.
anyways, so I went outside, and I think I stayed outside for what, over an hour?
Yeah, just feeling like
I couldn't
you
go
were
back
your-
in. I
you
couldn't
could
go.
tell
I
you
couldn't
became
go back in.
yourself
I was
as soon as
just
you were
like
inside,
I
but-
couldn't shake the feeling. I felt like I was invaded, that I was almost violated, and I kept looking at the Trinity, going, I can't walk back in. I just couldn't walk back in.
But you made us all go back in
But eventually,
and yell at the spirits.
yeah. Eventually, we went back in, and everything got back to normal, and we kept doing our investigation. But then again, like I said, I don't believe in possession. I don't believe in demons. Or as a
But your
team, we try to.
symptoms weren't of a psychosis.
No, but that's what I was worried about.
It does
Was
not
it a
match
psychosis
anything.
or not? Was it a psychosis
It's
or not?
not though.
I was thinking stroke.
Oh, okay, well,
No,
that's-
actually,
it wasn't
guys,
stroke,
I was-
that's
And
the-
then if you
Stroke
look at my
or-
dream and that, like, I don't know, it's just we don't use it as evidence, but
No,
you can't
it's-
ignore
No, you
the
can't.
correlation.
No.
But we don't have anything
Say hi
about
to
that.
Eileen.
I have-
Eileen's watching.
Hi, Eileen. How's it going? Hey, Eileen. Are you thinking of like
Hi,
coming out of
Eileen.
retirement soon? Like maybe?
We
We,
miss
we,
you.
we still haven't found
We
somebody to
love
do
you.
bass. Yes. Yes. So thank you, Eileen. Eileen really stood up.
Eileen took one for
stood
the
up.
team.
She took one for
You
the team
could've
that night because
Donkey
she
kicked her or something.
Yeah,
You're
she-
weird, but
she followed me around from what I heard, and she monitored, more or less took care of me and made
Yeah.
sure that I wasn't, gonna do
Yeah.
or get hurt in any kind of way.
yeah.
Eileen was
So-
one of our bestest.
Ooh.
Eileen was
Okay,
great.
so
We'd
brave.
love to have her back, but people have
Is
lives.
she
and-
online?
Yeah, she's actually commenting.
Yeah, she
right now,
watched.
Oh, she
She
is.
just says she's watching.
She's watching it. So, anyways, that's my recollection. When I got back home, this experience really left me. I think it left everybody for a loop for a long time.
Yeah.
It affected me for a
Crazy.
while, and I actually went to see my doctor to see if maybe there is something, maybe a brain aneurysm. Maybe I had sleep deprivation. I went through some tests, and everything came out normal. So I can't explain that experience. What happened that night? Was it potentially possession? I don't think so, but I can't say yes. I can't say
It's
no.
like partial possessions. There's like levels of.
But again, we
spirit
can't-
affecting you. You know.
But again, we can't validate that as valid paranormal.
no one's
paranormal
saying. No
evidence,
one's
but-
saying that, but.
But anyways, that's was the experiences we had at the Trinity. It kind of threw the team for a loop. It shook everybody up.
Yeah, we lost
And,
most of the night of investigating.
Mhm.
I mean, we documented all this, and it was very interesting. Hopefully, you guys will find it interesting. But
Yeah.
we definitely lost a lot of time that we would have been using doing constructive investigating, scientific method, all of those sort of things.
Yeah.
But we got this experience. I think it taught us a lot. We go into things not so naive
Well, you
anymore.
never know what can happen, and that's the thing. You
Yeah,
don't
we
know,
expect
yeah.
just about anything at this point. I think we just had a lot of investigations leading up to it that not much had really happened, nothing too exciting, so we were kind of cocky going into it. We're like, we don't need to,
we did a lot. We did a lot of
we don't need to be
edging.
resilient.
We did a lot of edging on to certain points.
Provoking, totally. We were
Because
just,
you know what I remember though that night. I remember that weekend. I said, you know what? If there's something here, I want you to touch me. I want you to do something to me. And you know what? Then
you're
I
always
go
saying
through that
stuff like that.
experience. Yeah, I'm
the
always
power
saying
of Christ compels you. You're yelling in the like.
I'm trying to provoke, and
So-
unfortunately, I had this experience. Paranormal? I don't think so. But
And I
it
was
was
wearing
weird.
a shirt that said "Let's summon demons."
No. We don't believe in
No,
demons.
we don't believe in demons.
No, I know.
It's not our beliefs, but anyways.
We were all asking if there was something. Happen.
So we did capture a few things at the Trinity, which eventually we'll post on our Facebook page. The few VPs will let you guys determine whether you think it's paranormal, inconclusive, unexplained. Like I said, we tend to let our viewers make their own decisions on what they think is potentially paranormal.
I would have to say that was probably the most active place that we.
I would say, but don't forget, we can't base it on most active just because of personal experience.
No. I'm just talking
Just
about
in
yeah,
our personal
general,
experience,
personal-
that
in
place
general,
had the
yeah.
heaviest feeling, the most. We were the most uncomfortable there
Yeah.
by far.
because there was a good 7-8 and all
None of
was
us
on
slept alone
tape.
that night. We all slept together,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah, it was a
evidence-wise,
weird
I don't know yet.
Well, like I said, we caught some stuff. We haven't posted
Yeah.
it yet, but
No.
we wanted to do
I
this
wouldn't be
show
surprised
first
at all
and then
if we caught
actually
something.
reveal some of the experiences we had.
Hopefully, an
In
episode
Gannon,
will be
I-
made.
I would have to say
We're thinking
a
maybe an
good
episode,
7-8 audio
Things that
anomalies
we
that I
found,
caught
yeah.
there.
Mhm.
So, what else did we do in Gatineau? That was on December 1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
Which, our anniversary for this investigation is actually coming up next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's our anniversary. We were there on December 1st and 2nd, 2017, investigating these 3 locations in Gananoque. So, we did other investigations in Gananoque, which were not on that weekend, but we went back and we did...
Pretty like a lot all.
yeah, we did... what's the next one we did
Church.
after? We did... I think
the
it was
the Bullock
The
House.
Bullock and then the church.
No, we did
Town
Town
Hall.
Hall, Visitor Center.
Yeah,
The Bullock House was first, and then the Town Hall.
Was it
Visitor
Town Hall
Center,
first?
yeah.
And the church.
Okay, so it was
Bullock was first, yeah.
Bullock House was first. Then we did the Town Hall,
Yeah.
Town Hall and Visitor Center in
And then the
Gananoque.
church, yeah.
And then we did the St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a lot of evidence that we may have caught, which we'll eventually post on our page. So, do we have enough time to get into what we went through at the Bullock House, or
I think
are
we
we
should
going to
save
keep
that
that
for
for
next
maybe
time.
another
Yeah, I think it should be
episode?
next episode.
Yeah.
I think so.
Next
yeah.
episode.
Actually,
That's
why
a
don't
good
we
segue.
ask? Why don't we ask what
Yeah.
they think?
That was
Do
a
they want
good
to keep
full
it, or
story
they?
time.
Actually, I think we should actually start posting.
I need a pee break.
Yeah, me
The,
too.
well, there you go. She needs a pee break.
Live
I think
and unedited.
unedited.
5 more minutes
Everybody
and
pees.
you'll be at an hour. And if you want to take a break, take a break.
Keep it for the next.
Yeah, I think
I
it's a
think
good
we should keep it for
segue.
the
Talk
next
about
one.
what we're gonna talk about on the next show.
Yeah.
It was a good
So
story
do
time.
we
Full
want to
story.
do so? As we said, these we had talked about on our page about doing a podcast and doing things like this.
It's
So
not
this,
a podcast.
well, no, this is not a podcast, but we did talk about doing a show. So this is our first attempt at doing a show. Unfortunately, we're just doing it through our cell phone. Eventually, we'll expand to maybe some different cameras and make it a little bit more, a little bit more appealing for everybody. But this, it's going to be going on every last Saturday of the month
Mm-hmm.
in
Any members that we can
What are we
get
gonna call this?
coming.
Ghost
So we've
headquarters.
got a little
the
half-
Ghost headquarters. Okay, so
Ghost
Yeah.
HQ.
Maybe we'll show some clips in real time too.
well, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. We're
I
setting
think
up.
that's what's
Yeah.
needed.
What
Yeah.
we're gonna set up
Work out
for
the
this.
kinks.
Yeah, what we're gonna set up for the show is we're gonna try to set something up so we can actually, as we're filming live, we can actually post some of our evidence, some of our videos, transition from one to the other, from us talking live to some of the evidence and some of the shots that we took, which is something we're working on. So the next shows, hopefully, we're gonna progress from there, and eventually it's gonna get better. So we really hope that you guys enjoy the shows and that you're
You'll
gonna
see
tune
some
in.
of our other members. Some of them couldn't make it tonight.
We're
Some
open
of
to
us might not be able to make
recommendations.
it.
Yeah, always
We'll
open to
feature people.
recommendations.
Q&As. And
Actually, does anybody have any? Does anybody out there have any questions? I can see the live feed here on
yeah, we
one
can't
of our
see
monitors.
we can't see the comments or anything that's happening.
That's right there.
Oh, that's
Those are
Saul
comments.
Pascal, no, just guessing. LOL.
There's nothing current. Nobody's
Maybe
posted
jumped by a
anything.
spirit. Somebody said maybe jumped by a spirit.
like they jumped into you.
Yeah.
They jumped.
Yeah.
It was jumped
Got
by a
jumped.
spirit.
I
That
might
was
have
Walt.
For that over.
Yeah. Kind of.
Actually,
Stroke.
Walt is.
It wasn't himself, that's for sure.
I'm thinking,
Saul Pascal.
guys, that monitor should be towards Tracy, who's right over there, and she should be
She
the one
has-
actually.
Joey has one.
She has her
She's
laptop hooked up, so.
So
Yeah, it's the same as that.
yeah.
But I
So
think that's distracting.
Yeah. So what's going to be on the next aside for the next locations we did? So next show we'll discuss the Bullock House,
the Town Hall,
Visitor Center, what we caught there, experiences that we've had. There was the certain experiences that we had there too, and then the final one was the church, which
St.
we
Andrews,
had
yeah.
some bizarre experiences there
Yeah,
too.
there was bats.
Maybe show some.
We had a bat. We had a bat in the basement.
Oh.
Bats.
We had a bat in
Scarier
the
than
basement.
any
yeah,
ghost
that-
with a
that-
bat.
Maybe show some of the evidence that you guys caught during what you were just discussing.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
post
Yeah,
these after.
we're
So
gonna
people
post
don't
We're
have
gonna
to
be
look
posting.
for it.
We're gonna be posting a lot of the evidence that we caught, or potential evidence. Like I said, we try to debunk our footage as much as possible. We don't claim it's paranormal, or we try to scrutinize it as much as possible.
We
That's the
filter it out and then we offer you what we have and then you make your decision. What
You guys can
think
make your
it is.
decision
We
whether
just do our
whether you
best
think
to
it's
filter it
paranormal or
out.
not. So next show's gonna be when? It's gonna be
In a month.
on. Give us a date there, Tracy.
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday of the month. Okay, we see it there.
That's Christmas Eve.
No, we're not gonna have a show on Christmas Eve.
No, I won't be here.
Okay, so next show will be,
January or
It'll be
before,
January.
Or the one before.
or the
or
one
we can
before.
do December 22nd, a little earlier, right?
Yeah, maybe the 22nd, or
Yeah.
you could do the first weekend to December,
Okay.
which wouldn't
So-
be so bad.
Yeah, and it would be around the solstice, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna do another show on December 22nd, which will be the Saturday. We're not doing the last Saturday of the month because unfortunately it falls on around Christmas time, and unfortunately I don't think a lot of you guys will be watching anyways. So do you guys have anything to add? And hopefully we'll have some of the other team members,
Yeah.
Adam,
It'll be like
Mel.
story time.
Adam, Mel, other people
reveals.
to attend next time. So
Get to know us a little bit.
If anybody's
in a candid way.
yeah,
wants to know about something, tell them to
Yeah, comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
comment. Please
We always
comment.
Yeah.
check all the comments.
yeah.
we
Actually, if
answer
you guys
them.
have suggestions on topics that you want us to discuss, and we're still not sure if we're going to call our show Ghost Talks, but I think it
Well,
works. right?
one
Give us-
segment that we're
for now, it'll be
Comment
one
possible
seg-
names
yeah.
for
Possible
this
Shoot,
names.
show.
good one.
possible names for the show. So
one segment we're going to be doing
Ghosties.
is the equipment.
Yeah.
Yes.
One,
Yeah.
one,
We're-
maybe
I mean,
one
the goal-
piece of equipment.
That's the technical
yeah, the
part.
goal of this show is going to be to debunk misconceptions on the paranormal, how we investigate as a team, how we conduct investigations. There's no right or wrong way to conduct an investigation, but I think there's a certain base that everybody could have, especially because
Yeah.
it's the
Filter things out, you know.
well, it's having a
Be
controlled
left with-
environment.
Yeah.
If you're doing an EVP, you can't say something's potentially paranormal if you're doing it in an uncontrolled environment.
Our job really
Yeah.
is to go in and get rid of any mundane contributing factor. Like we use our equipment
Yeah.
to rule out mundane causes, so that the only thing we're left with is just whatever we're left with. I don't know. It's nothing that we can explain.
Well, it's a
you know?
process of elimination too, right?
Yeah,
So you want to
that's all
eliminate
it
possible
is. We
contamination.
go in there almost
and-
debunking the paranormal. We're trying
Yeah.
to go in there and figure out why they're having experiences
And what
that we
else
can
we-
find of the mundane world.
And what else do we do also is debunk the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does the equipment work
Yeah,
or
we
not?
test everything that we
We
can.
test all the equipment. All the gadgets that we have. We test these gadgets to see if they work. If we can validate these pieces of equipment as things that are legit to investigate the paranormal. So a lot of the stuff we put to the test, right? That's what we do. Ghost box. Well, EMF meters we already know can't detect ghosts. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, we use them for what they're meant for.
We
all
use
of
them for
it.
what they're meant
But
for.
then
yeah.
we try to use them for the paranormal by corroborating. Really, the
Yeah.
only way that we can prove that something, not even prove, but have some evidence towards something working to actually measure spirits is if a bunch of them corroborate each other. That's really the only way. Because what is a spirit? We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a ghost. I mean, we don't even know if ghosts
We don't
exist.
know consciousness.
Do they
There's so much
exist?
with quantum things that are
There's so many things.
links
Anyways,
that haven't been made. So.
There's going to be a lot of subjects going on in the next shows. It'll touch from equipment with Kyle, who's a tech assistant, to experiences, to parapsychology, to photography, on how it's done in the paranormal and how to debunk certain things and how not to be fooled by a little ball of light that floats in front of your camera and think, hey, it's a spirit, or when it really is not. It's probably a piece of dust.
Or even how photography actually.
All of it.
Yeah.
How we do our
Influence.
pre-investigations, what our criteria is, if something qualifies for us to even go there in the first place.
Exactly.
How
I
we
can,
assess all the different aspects
And I
of
can
things.
let everybody know what common misconceptions of building sounds.
Building
where
sounds,
they
yeah.
be coming
Yeah.
from, whether it's
You would say like
Tons.
pops, like
Tons of topics.
air
Tons
and
of
radiators
topics.
and things
Comment
like
ones
that.
that you want if we didn't name them.
Now, one thing I want to do too is I wouldn't mind having guests here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't mind actually having somebody who's a science academic from a Carleton University or an Ottawa University to actually come here at our Ghost headquarters and actually
We've talked
sit
about
with
it.
some
I
of
think
us
we
and
have
actually
a couple possible
Yeah.
candidates. For
Yeah.
that,
and actually
so.
sit down with us and say, listen, what are your suggestions as far as how can we investigate the paranormal? You know, what can we do to better it to actually make it even more scientific, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be subjects that we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll have
Absolutely.
story times and Q&As and meet the members and
And
we'll
we'll
meet you
We'll
and
have a comedy hour.
But until then.
No.
yeah, you get to see us being a little more silly because the episodes that are gonna be coming out are a little bit more just like
Yeah.
straightforward
We can,
docu style. But
That's our little segment of Dan's Falls. Each
we
week.
need
There's always a
bloopers.
fall
Bloopers.
each-
We'll have a blooper reel of all the weird
Sleep deprived things.
sleep deprived things that happen. The hair in the morning, you know, like what you see on
Farts
TV.
on thermal cam.
Farts on thermal cam. But the stuff you see on TV is a lot of it is scripted, and that's why we do a lot of the live investigations because it's not scripted.
No,
It's
not at
real.
all.
It's happening as it goes, and
Yeah.
and that's the way it should
Like you
be.
wish it was scripted sometimes.
Sometimes we wish it was.
Like, why
scripted,
did you
but-
say that?
Yeah.
Can I wrap it up with the
Time to
upcoming
say goodbye.
episode?
With a song.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Not Gananoque related, but Colin's going to tell you what's coming up.
Alright, so me and Adam is the other videographer on the team. We've been working really, really hard over the last, 8 months on a full-length feature episode of the jail hostel which we investigated last year. And it is projected to come out in early 2019. We're going to have a private viewing somewhere, probably in Ottawa. So stay tuned, and
It's so good.
it's so good. I'm so proud. Yeah,
It's going to be good.
It's
really,
gonna be
really
all
looking
spooked.
forward to getting it out.
The
We're just
jail
trying to make
hostel.
it perfect right now.
Yeah.
So you get to see all the evidence that we captured and just like the whole experience in a documentary style of our
All of our
investigation.
investigations
Yeah,
of
all
the
of
jail
the
hostel.
investigations.
Well, we did about
Files.
4, right, in total? 4 investigations,
yeah.
and you're compiling everything into
one, yeah.
So that's going to come out in January, you said?
Yeah.
Or
Early 2019, yeah.
As soon as possible. Yeah.
There's a lot of work involved into it,
So
so
much work.
yeah.
We have probably, 400 hours
Even just the
invested into it.
reviewing itself takes hours of footage and
That's a
blah
good
blah blah, and then
yeah.
editing
Actually,
it.
there
So.
was there a question
Yes.
there? By Maureen Thomas. What made you interested in ghost hunting?
Well, that's going to be for next section.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to do
Well, we
next
can
time.
answer the
We've
question real
all
quick.
had our own experiences. Right?
Well, what about you? Like,
Maybe
what got you into
discuss
ghost
that
hunting?
when you do your meet and greets for each person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ghost hunting. I guess a lot of it is curiosity, and we, Maureen, that a lot of us had experiences as kids, adults, teens, and of course, and this is mostly talking for me, is I've had experiences that I need validation of to see what happened and what might have caused those experiences. So for me personally, it was those experiences that actually got me into. Well, we call it ghost hunting. But really, it's
Pursuit for
paranormal
answers.
research.
Yeah,
It's
we're on
looking
a
into
pursuit for the truth. you
Yeah.
know?
Okay, and I
Not
see.
for excitement, not for adrenaline, like the truth. If we come up with nothing, that's what we want. We just want to know if it's nothing or is there something.
Yeah.
So we don't have an agenda or anything, but like, yeah, we've just had some experiences I think that have made us want to know more.
Yeah.
I see John says he has some amazing videos here. Maybe he can send them to us.
Yeah, John, just
Absolutely.
send us private message us the videos, and we'll be more than happy to have a look at them. Mind you, we're like I said, we scrutinize a lot of the footage.
We'll be honest.
We'll be honest
We
on
think
what
it's
we think.
nothing.
So
We
if you
think
want to
it's
private message us the videos, that'd be great. Or you can send them via email at ghost@ghost-canada.com.
Yeah.
Send us those videos there. We'll have a look at them, and we can let you know what we think about them.
Yeah.
We're calling them.
Potty
I'm gonna
break.
pee my pants too.
Bathroom break.
Okay.
Okay, so
Potty break.
I think we're done.
guys, we're gonna wrap it up. This is our first episode, so look for December 22nd. Tracy, December 22nd. We'll have another episode. We'll be talking about the other locations we investigated in Gananoque, which are the town hall, the visitor center,
We'll be
the
showing
Bullock
footage.
House, and we'll be showing footage. Hopefully, we'll have things set up properly, and the St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church. So we're going to be going through all what we've been through in all these locations in Gananoque. Mind you, I want to add on this first episode that the people in Gananoque were amazing to us.
Yeah, they were.
We
the
were
whole
so
community.
the community was amazing.
Everyone stopped us, told us their own stories. Like it's a small knit community.
We were so well received in Gananoque. Mind you, I do want to thank Kim at the Trinity for letting us investigate. Jacques, the owner. I want to thank Charlie, Mary, and all the gang at Donovan's for letting us investigate. And Michelle and Robert at the Bullock House.
Integrate.
And Dave and Robin at the church. Am I missing somebody here that
I just got back from.
we just got back from bathroom break?
Yeah.
Saying thank you to people.
Yeah,
Just
just
say
saying
Anyone you wanna
thank you.
thank you for everybody.
Did you
There
get
you go.
everybody for the church, the visitor center?
Yeah, the visitor.
Donovan's.
There was Donovan's. There was
The ice
Sherry, and oh my goodness,
Trinity.
there was Trinity House. Anyways,
Baby, we're not
as we go through every
Bowler.
single investigation, we'll kind of obviously give proper credit to all the people that actually helped us out. And as I said, we're well received. We're well received in Gananoque. Anyways, tune in December 22nd. We have more stuff coming. Don't miss it.